Are you a person living with the past and yearning for the past? Or are you actually someone looking forward? What's your perspective in life? I'm mentioning this because we are today Erev Shabbos Menachem Av, Rosh Chodesh Menachem Av, when we enter the second phase of the 3 weeks period between Shivasa B'Tammuz, the fast of the 17th of the Tammuz, and Tisha B'Av. This is a time where there is more stringent mourning halachas, such as we don't want to eat meat during those days. We won't do any celebrations, even less than what we had the last 10 days. So I would like to discuss perspectives. But before we do this, let's not lose sight of saying thank you to Hashem for all the miracles and for the ultimate miracle He's going to do. And obviously, we got to give a little bit of charity. I said a little bit, but you can give a lot. So, just to mention, first of all, regarding the 9 days coming up, starting from the Shabbat until the following Sunday when we have Tisha B'Av. So first of all, we hope that these will be days of celebration with the coming of Mashiach. But if God forbid, let's continue the way we're standing right now. Right now we're still in exile, so we have to speak about it in terms how it is in exile. So there's all kinds of laws related to it. We won't bathe, we won't travel, we minimize travel, no leisure, no pleasure. Any kind of pleasurable activity will be avoided. Also, custom not to eat any meat during these days. But as the Rabbi says about doing a siyum, participating in a siyum, in a conclusion of a tractate, which this brings simcha, permitted happiness. Which brings me to a story in the Talmud. Talmud relates the following story. Rabbi Gamliel, Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah, and Rabbi Yeshua and Rabbi Akiva, 4 of the most illustrious sages in the time of the destruction of the temple, actually. And the Gemara says, they were walking and they arrived to the Har HaTzoifim, the mountain which is the mountain, I think they call it today Mount Scopus. And they saw the destruction of the temple. They tore their clothing. They did like a shiva when a person is mourning, tears his garment, her garment. But then Kevin Sheyigiu LaHarabais, when they arrived to the mountaintop, the mountain where the Beis Hamikdash used to stand, and they saw Shual Yoitze Bebeis Kodesh HaKadoshim, and they saw a fox leaving the area where used to be the holiest of holies. Yischilu hen boichim. They all started crying. And the Gemara says, Rabbi Akiva mitzachek. Rabbi Akiva is laughing. Amru loy detal mipnima ato mitzachek. Why are you laughing? What do you find so here so exhilarating, so exciting, so enjoyable to laugh about? Amar lehem, so he says, typical Jewish response, mipnima atem boichim. Why are you guys crying? Amru loy, so the same. Why we're crying? Makom shekose bo vazara korev yumos. The place where the Torah says that any stranger, unless a Kohen Gadol, and only on the day of Yom Kippur, if he would enter this area, in other words, the area of the holies of holies, will die. Ve'achshav, and presently shoalim holchu boy. Fox, an animal, a non-kosher animal, a sly animal, is walking over there freely, v'lo nifka, and we should not cry. Amar lohem. So he responded, and that's the actual reason why. The same reason it causes you to cry causes me to laugh. And he goes on to explain why. Because he says that I see in the destruction I see the rebuilding. And he goes on to quote the different prophets, where there is a prophecy of destruction, but there's also the prophecy of rebuilding. Says, what are you looking at? Are you looking at the here and the now? Indeed, that's a cause for crying. But if you look deeper, look behind the trees, you will see great light. You will see cause and reason to celebrate. So when we enter now this Shabbat, Shabbos Menachem Av, we have to realize what our perspective should be. Should we bemoan that we lost something, or should we be excited of what we're getting? And what are we getting? The third Beis Hamikdash with the revelation of Mashiach. And may this be right now.